I'm Lauren Bay, and I'm a technical marketing engineer with HPE Storage. It's now easier than ever to get an HPE Alletra storage system up and running in the cloud with setup service. Today, I'll show you how to onboard and initialize a brand new Alletra 6000 storage system and get it running in Data Services Cloud Console in no time. With the simplified setup procedure, a minimal amount of configuration is done on-prem via the HPE Storage Setup Manager and the Cloud Connectivity Wizard. This will establish the connection to DSCC, which is where most of the device configuration is completed either step-by-step through the Setup Service Wizard, or with the help of blueprints, which are templates that can help streamline large deployments. Before we begin, I'd like to mention the HPE Welcome Center, which is the comprehensive resource for getting started with your brand new HPE storage array. Here you will find everything you need to get up and running, from the physical installation and cabling to the software initialization and cloud enablement. Be sure to check it out at infosite.hpe.com/welcomecenter. Now let's get to the demo. First, I'll log into my HPE Greenlight Company account and navigate to Add Devices. Here we can see the list of existing devices I've already onboarded into my account. Let's click Add Devices to add our new Alletra 6000 array. It's a storage device, so I'll select that and hit Next. Here, you'll select the ownership model that applies for your particular array. Next, I'll enter the serial number of my new array and the subscription key I received when I activated my software entitlement. Assign a tag if you like, then continue forward to review and finish adding. When I hit Close, I'll see my array show up in the list of devices. Now, if you have multiple DSCC instances added to your account, make sure to select the array and assign it to the appropriate geographic instance of DSCC. Now we're ready to set up our new array. On a Windows machine connected to the same subnet as your new HPE Alletra array, you'll need to install and launch the Setup Manager tool. This tool will locate all uninitialized Alletra 6000 arrays on that subnet. Here, I'll select the array to set up, hit Next, and the HPE Cloud Connectivity Wizard will launch in my browser. This is where we will enter the basic network information required to connect the array for the first time to DSCC. Let's go ahead and hit Get Started. First, we will read through and accept the End User License Agreement. Next, let's enter primary management IP address for the array, the subnet mask, default gateway, and at least one DNS server. Connecting to DSCC requires connectivity to the internet, so if you need a proxy to do that, make sure to configure the proxy address and proxy port here, as well as credentials if applicable. The last step in the Cloud Connectivity Wizard is setting an NTP server or manually configuring the date and time. We need an accurate time configured in order to establish that secure tunnel connection to DSCC, so NTP is highly recommended. Here, I will review the settings for accuracy and go ahead and hit Submit. The Cloud Connectivity Wizard will configure and validate those network, proxy, and time settings and establish the secure tunnel connection to DSCC. It looks like we have a successful connection, so let's head back over to the HPE Greenlight Cloud Platform and finish the setup in DSCC. From the HPE Greenlight Cloud Platform landing page, let's launch the Data Services Cloud Console application and click on the Setup Service tile. Here, we see a list of arrays that have been recently onboarded. I'll select my newly connected Alletra 6000 and click Setup System. The Setup Wizard is going to guide me through the remainder of my system setup. All the settings I entered in the Cloud Connectivity Wizard will auto-populate. Here, I will enter the domain name associated with the DNS servers previously entered. In the time section, I can add additional NTP servers or make edits to the time zone. In attributes, I can change or add proxy credentials, and I'll set up the support contact info and SMTP server if applicable. In the System section, I'll give my new system a name, set the location, and set the admin account password. Moving on to management networking, we can see that my original management address and subnet information has been automatically populated. We'll also see some additional fields have opened up for the secondary management IP address and the diagnostic IP addresses for the controllers. These fields have been automatically populated with the subsequent addresses right after my management IP, which is exactly what I needed for my environment. But you can change them here if you have different IPs reserved. Next up is data networking, which is where we can configure additional IP interfaces for data traffic. I'll be using Fiber Channel for my system, so I don't need to configure any additional interfaces right now. Let's review the network settings and move on to the final step. Here I can review everything one last time, as well as save this configuration as a blueprint. I have some more Alletra 6000 systems coming in soon that will share a lot of the same attributes as this array, such as DNS servers and domain, the NTP servers, and the support contact info. So I'm going to save this as a blueprint to use so that I can even further reduce the amount of time it takes to set up my future systems. Let's hit submit and the setup service will handle the rest. This usually takes only a few minutes to complete. Now that's done, we can head over to Data Ops Manager and start managing our brand new HPE Alletra 6000 in the cloud along with the rest of our HPE storage fleet. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.